humble pranams to Swami Ramdev Babaji. I am not sure in what context that he climbed up the elephant to do pranayama there. He was seeming to be doing the Brahmari pranayama there, sitting upon the elephant. And we have seen the video that he happened to fall from the elephant. He managed to jump down and walk with joy. A yogi is always like a child, bhalavat. So he is always in an enthusiasm to do something new also. So if you see Krishna's life, his leelas, he keeps doing variety of things. So probably Swami Ramdev was motivated to do something like that, to experiment. He keeps experimenting a lot of things. But of course, gurus, when they do something, they should remember that yadyat acharati sreshtaha. Krishna says in the Gita, whenever the seniors, elders do something, the gurus do something, and the ordinary people try to follow that, we all try to follow that. So, as when advertisements are done, there's a disclaimer, this is only for advertisement, don't do it. So, what Swamiji tried, we should not just simply try to follow it. Of course, we all take him as role model and follow all the asanas, the Kapalabhati, the Kriyas, and the way that he is an ideal role model for every yoga practitioner. But there are risks involved when Swamiji is doing something like this on top of the elephant, and if he also tried to do it, it may harm the elephant also, and more than the elephant, we who would get harmed. So we should not try to do this. Coming to the point, why did Swamiji do that? In fact, I particularly do not know in what context that he did, but there are instances that great rishis, yoga siddhas who have been upon animals doing such things. In fact, they can make animals to be still in that posture also. There are some siddhis which are used. We see references of certain Mahatmas. For example, Kumara Gurubarar in Kashi, he happens to sit upon a lion and moves in it. So we see even Ayyappa Swami sitting on the tiger and moving upon it. So such instances are always there. In the incidents in the life of Jnaneshwar Maharaj in Maharashtra, there comes a Yogeshwara who is Sharangadeva, who is supposed to live for thousands of years, who had attained so many siddhis, so he could sit upon a wild tiger and he would come on that. But Jnaneshwar Maharaj did not require a tiger to come. He was sitting on a wall, a small wall. All the three brothers, Nivritti, Jnanadev, Sopandev, and Muktabai, the sister, all were 5-6 years old children, they were sitting there. So Jnaneshwar Maharaj did not even require an elephant or a tiger to make it move. He could make the wall move. Even today, if you go to Alandi, you can see the small wall which is there, which Jnaneshwar Maharaj made to move. So these are all higher level of siddhis which yogis can manifest. So probably as a yogi like Ramdev Baba tried to go into a higher level of such siddhi, who knows his intention. But is it required really? That's what Jnaneshwar Maharaj tried to prove by making a wall move, that even when, if we have the divine will, the divine grace, right, we can make even a wall move. Then what is the big deal in making the animals, move, wild animals move, or make them still, or whatsoever? So when we can do normally pranayama and get more benefits, so why do have to sit upon an elephant and do? I remember another incident in the life of Swami Vivekananda when he was perhaps in the Himalayan zone. Swamiji was waiting for a boat across the river, and he was waiting for a long while for the boatman to bring the boat. In the meanwhile, another Siddha Purusha who was there just walked upon the waterbed, and he came that side. And afterwards the boat came, and Swamiji had to sit upon it, and he traveled and he reached. Then this Siddha Purusha said, "Oh, why did you take that much time to, some 12 minutes or something, to sail across?" "See, I just walked." So Swamiji asked, "How did you get this power? How did you get this siddhi?" "Oh, I meditated for so and so years, probably 10-12 years I meditated and I got this power." Swamiji said, "What you can achieve in 12 minutes by crossing across in the boat, why you have to wait? Why you have to spend 12 years for that? That power you can use it for higher things of God realization, for attaining the Adhyatma Unnati. Why do you have to waste it for these small things? So when we do such things, so this intention of what for we are doing is also important. Of course, the real asana, siddhi, is achieving sthiratva in it. So when you sit upon a moving thing like an elephant, it is very natural that elephant will move. It is in chalana, elephant keeps moving its body. So asana to be, first of all, you are doing pranayama. And when we are supposed to do pranayama, you have to be established in asana and then do pranayama. And establishing in asana according to Patanjali, whose name Swamiji has taken for the entire empire that he had established, where Patanjali says it is Stira Sukham Asanam. You have to be established in that and enjoy the inner sukha and then do the pranayama. So when obviously a moving body like elephant would be moving is well known even to children. So Mahatmas, Mahapurushas would have a different dimension. So I would request ordinary people not to come into conclusions. So why he did it, right? And same time, just because he has done, yes, he is a role model, we follow him for everything. So we should not simply blindly follow him and do all those. So tomorrow what happens? As I told, Yadyat Acharati Sreshtaha, because Swamiji has done, we should not try this. A disclaimer, it is for some reason. Nowadays, there are a lot of challenges, everywhere challenges are coming. Probably Swamiji was motivated for a challenge. In fact, he sometimes go and challenge even the bodybuilders, wrestlers, cine stars we see in various shows that he goes to. So probably he tried to do something. So it is just a prank, a leela, just take it as such, but don't try to imitate or do it. And let us not look down the grace of the Mahatma also because he did this, because he had a fall. In fact, in Tamil we say, Yanaikum Adisarakum. Yanaikum Adisarakum means even for elephant it can have a slide, it can have a skid. So when somebody sits on the elephant also they can have, no matter who it is, a yogi or a babaji or an ordinary person, we are all human beings, so it will all happen. The lesson that I would want all my friends to take from this is, one is, anybody elders whom people are looking upon for role model, we should be careful in doing something because lokant adano vartate. People, the ordinary people, the normal people will follow that. So therefore we have to be careful in doing something. Second is, even if they have done, so we should understand the other people should look into the purpose, the intention, what could be, without knowing that we can't comment or we can't make fun of it. So there should be an intention. Third, of course, it is not necessary according to the Shastras to see. We have seen people, Mahatmas, who could do asana and establish in such animals, not just in animal postures, but postures upon animals. These kind of instances happened. But same time, Mahatmas like Jnaneshwar approved it is not only in animal, but even you can make a moving wall, a wall to move, a non-living wall to move. So these are all higher dimensions in yoga, which is all there. But what is required for us today is Chitta Shuddhi, it is Arogya, Ananda, and the Divyatva, the divine grace, which is required. And for that, even sitting in wherever we are, just simple asanas through which we control the breath, we do the meditation, do the japa, and through which we realize the divine grace. So yoga can be that. So let us not divert and diversify yoga. Already there are a lot of things happening. So in the name of yoga, let us not do too much and then dilute and diversify yoga. Let us try to keep the sanctity of yoga. And Swamiji is doing immense service to do this. And we hope that he will continue to do this. Pranams to Ramdev Babaji. Namaste.